Okay, I'm going to try to go over planned mechanical cutting versus point-based cutting versus steak knife serrations, broadhead serrations, square tooth serration, any kind of serration. So on the left, you see the Jumbo 3, 315 grain, and that uses point-based cutting and planned mechanical cutting. The broadhead on the right is a Blood Floods 3, and that uses planned mechanical cutting and is serrated. It does not use point-based cutting. So I'll try to do this with one hand. Planned mechanical cutting and point-based cutting. In other words, try to get it focused. Point-based cutting and planned mechanical cutting, very similar, yet a little different. Point-based cutting, think of a needle or the point of a needle or the tip of a knife, even a dull knife that comes to quite a tip. Or like I say, even a needle or a nail. Whether it's a dull point like a deck screw or a nail or a sharp point like a needle, the point, when you put pressure on that point, bad things are going to happen to my thumb right now if I put pressure on this point. The point-based cutting will bite you. When you look here, in addition to the planned mechanical cutting, in addition to the 60-degree robust bevel, in addition to the 123 thousandths thick blades, with edge bevel integrity, edge bevel retention. In addition to all that, the point-based cutting, you got to be really careful because unlike any other 60-degree double bevel 3-blade that you lay on a flat stone, see, a Holy Trinity is awesome broadhead, and I feel really blessed to be able to put that broadhead out through the time that we did. But I could just hold on to a Holy Trinity, no matter how sharp. I could just grab it and not think about it. With these jumbo broadheads and this mechanical animal bevel, you have planned mechanical cutting for edge bevel retention that is perpetual, but you also have point-based cutting. So the point I'm getting at, no pun intended, is when you handle these broadheads, you have to be extremely careful because in addition to planned mechanical cutting, in addition to all those things, the point-based cutting, even right here on the trailing edge where my thumb is, it'll bite you, and it just I gotta use the metal flaying gloves, because if I don't, I can't even reach in here and gently handle these. Even handling like this, these points will get you, they'll bite you. So be careful when you're handling these broadheads, because there's 5, 10, 15, 16 points there, but you also got the trailing edges too. And all these things, I don't know, it reminds me of grabbing a hold of not a landmine, not a cactus, because they have more edge bevel integrity than a cactus, but almost like something like that, like nettles, nettles, that's not edge bevel integrity, just a piece of grass or weed, nettles, but you can't just grab them. I don't know if anybody's ever grabbed a hold of nettles or grabbed a hold of a cactus or grabbed a hold of, hopefully not a landmine, but you just got to be really careful. And that just goes to show you that in addition to planned mechanical cutting, these broadheads use point-based cutting. And point-based cutting is really, really, really important in addition to the planned mechanical cutting, because it is forever. It's perpetual. There's no losing your edge bevel retention when you push your broadhead into your quiver foam. there's no losing your edge bevel retention when you shoot into a body cavity. There's no losing your edge bevel retention with the planned mechanical cutting and the point-based cutting. There's no losing your edge bevel retention ever. As long as the broadhead still has the shape. So these broadheads are not serrated. They are not serrated. There's no cutting device between the point-based cutting and the planned mechanical cutting. So they may look serrated. They may seem serrated. They are not serrated. They're very, very, very different. And that's why we have all these patents on these broadheads here. So, but be careful when you're handling these broadheads. If I don't put the gloves on, we won't be able to sell these because they'll be covered in my blood. So, I hope that helps somebody. I had a guy cut himself the other day and was mad at me. But when you get broadheads from anybody, expandable, fixed blade, cut on contact, whatever it is, if you cut yourself with a broadhead, that's not the broadhead manufacturer's fault. So, I hope that helps you.